Goeienaand. Good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, you all know that as a little boy, I went to boarding school at Cornwallis in Pietermaritzburg, KwaZulu-Natal. But my parents actually stayed in Tanzania. So I used to fly up during the holidays to Dar es Salaam and then drive along this road with my dad through a place called Morogoro and then on to Iringa, where we stayed in the Southern Highlands. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because there's a commonality in events here, and I think you'll get the connection. At Morogoro, we used to sit and have a cup of tea, morning tea. And there was this little vervet monkey that used to come along and it would jump on your shoulder and it would be looking for food, and it was really tame. It was quite cute. And the whole district of Morogoro was absolutely inundated with these vervet monkeys. And in particular, there was one stretch of road about 5 kilometers out of Morogoro. This is in the old days, back in the early 1960s. It's changed since. But when you drove through this one section, it was like an army of vervet monkeys all over the place. I mean, it was just incredible. There were thousands of them. And on side of this narrow track, which was the road to Iringa, there were thousands of windscreen wipers lying on the side of the road. There were hubs of wheel caps sitting on the side of the road. There were aerials. There were everything you can think of that's loose. There was tarpaulins that had been taken off the top of cars, where the monkeys had got into the boot. They'd taken stuff out, because when you were driving through this section, you could only go very slowly because there were these vervet monkeys all the way in front of you. And, the amount of stuff that they took from cars that were in the situation that they couldn't go very fast was quite extraordinary. And we always knew to make sure there was nothing loose. In fact, my dad used to take the aerial off before we went through this piece of road. And the hubcaps too. These monkeys were clever, believe me. Now, that leads me into the story I want to tell you. And it's quite extraordinary, because if you think about what's happening in Johannesburg now, on the streets of Johannesburg, it's kind of the same. Let me tell you. Smash and grab incidents, particularly at high activity intersections, remain an issue, says Chanel Hutting, National Marketing and Communications Manager for Fidelity ADT. Hutting warns that just because there are many cars at an intersection does not mean you are safe. She said that this is where people are being caught totally off guard because they are occupied with their phones during stop and move stages in traffic. It is important that motorists keep valuables in the boot and remain vigilant, advises Hatting. Remember to keep your boot locked at all times. Otherwise, it is very easy while you are parked in traffic for the criminals to just open your boot and grab and run. Now, that's what the vervet monkeys used to do. But I think their intentions were food. Criminals are becoming very shrewd and know that when people drive, they sometimes forget that their boot is still open if it does not automatically lock. Hatting says, even then, you need to stay alert, as criminals know that people keep valuables such as handbags, laptops, and sport bags in the boot of their car these days. They are now going as far as forcing motorists to open their boot while standing still in traffic. Remember, smash and grabbers rely on the element of surprise, and the violent smashing of the window at the passenger side places the motorist in a few moments of silent paralysis, just enough time to get hold of the valuables and flee the scene. Hatting suggests fitting your windows with a polycarb film, and said these can be tinted so that no one can see into your car, while also preventing the windows from shattering. If you're involved in an incident, remember not to become aggressive or struggle for your possessions. Letting the criminal take your handbag or cell phone could save your life. What's important is that you report the incident to the police as soon as possible. The South African Police Service rely on intelligence to manage hotspots and trends, she concluded. Okay, so there you go. I think you can see the comparison. What you have now in Johannesburg is a bunch of, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, doing the same sort of thing that happened near Morogoro when I was a little kid. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell to get the updates, and have a great evening. Bye for now.